hypnotherapy cost?
Yes, I can.
Okay, guys, this is taken from a website, Bark, okay, which I know a lot of you guys will be a part of. This is what they say. And this is pretty stock standard across the industry. We did the research on this. And the average price here for a hypnotherapist is $210. Okay. Now, again, if you're getting a client in for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sure, you might think, well, Scott, that's a package. I could probably make $2,000 from that. I'm going to show you, because you won't charge that because you'll do a special or a discount, but I'm going to show you why giving too many sessions is now going to screw up your time. So either way you look at it, this is completely false. Okay. This is a fictitious price. I want to show you why this doesn't work. Okay. Stop sharing this screen. Let's go back to the original because we're going to input this maths. Okay. Check this out. Okay. So let's say I wanted to, and we'll play with your numbers in a moment. Let's say I wanted to make $10,000 a month. Just yell out to me now, who would like to be earning $10,000 a month as a hypnotherapist or a coach?
Yeah.
Pretty much
Yeah.
everybody, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's put this in. So $10,000 is my monthly revenue target. I know if I times that by 12, I'm going to have an annual revenue, which shows up over here as 120,000 before taxes. Okay.
Nice.
Pretty cool, right?
Else?
Now
There
let
it
me
is.
show you what happens according to Bark and according to all of these top hypnotherapy boards and all these gurus that say this is the price you charge. Check this out. Now, this metrics, when I press enter, this is based off a couple of things. How many strategy sessions I need to do to get clients. Now, the average person on a strategy call at worst sells about 1 in 4. Okay, between 1 in 4 and 1 in 5. So if I want to get one client at $200, I need to do about 4 or 5 strategy calls. Okay. Now, the cool thing is once you do more strategy calls, you get better at sales. Just follow everything we give you in the 100K coaching program. We have some of our students closing like 80 to 90%. Some are like 100%, which is ludicrous. It's crazy. It's awesome. But let's go based off just the numbers here. Okay. So if I'm closing 1 in 4 to 1 in 5, remember each one of these strategy calls will take about an hour. So just bear that in mind in the background. I'm now have to do 5 hours worth of strategy calls to make $200. Bear that in mind because that's part of this. Watch what happens to these crazy metrics, knowing that this does not include marketing time. This does not include therapy time. This does not include your setup, your after emails, your paperwork. Doesn't include any of this stuff. No marketing whatsoever. Watch what happens with your time and how much effort you have to put in. All right. So you need pretty simple maths. You need 50 clients per month. Who the hell would have 50 clients per month? If you were to do 2 hours per session, that's 100 hours of clients. Okay. You would need to do 200 strategy calls. You need to do 10 per day. If each strategy call is an hour, you have now spent, which is not a bad thing. You should be on strategy calls all day. But if your close rate is so low, plus the price is so low, it throws out the metrics. Who here would like to spend 10 hours per day on strategy calls, okay, to make
No thanks.
$400?
No thanks.
Okay. When would you have time to do anything else? Sure, $120,000 a year sounds great. But can everyone see, wow, I've got no time to do anything? Because the way you get strategy calls is by doing the marketing, which should be taking up 80% of your time. We'll show you the 80-20 rule. Can everyone see how those numbers are terrible? Can everyone see that? Okay. Yeah. Let's go to, I know people are charging this because they told me on the phone. Check this out. I want to earn 10 grand a month. $50 a client I'm charging, Scott. 200 clients per month, 800 strategy calls needed, 40 strategy calls per day. I don't know about you, but I have 24 hours and I like to sleep about 8 of those hours. Can everyone see the maths is completely out? Now, should be pretty simple. I don't have to put in what happens if you don't charge anything. You're not going to make annual revenue. All right. So this is why, based on the metrics, based on the amount of effort I know that is involved to get clients to do all the marketing, just bear with me while I put this number in. Okay. 1,500. Look at the numbers here. These are perfect numbers. Okay. 10 grand a month, 6, let's say 7 rounded up, 7 clients per month, 26 strategy calls per day, 27, sorry, per month, 2 strategy calls per day. Who would be happy to do 2 strategy calls per day and make $1,500 on that day or every second day? Who would be happy with that?
Yeah, me.
Works for me.
Okay, to make the same amount of money. All right. Now, let's say you get a bit greedy, which I think everybody should, because everyone deserves to make as much money as they like. Watch what happens if I want to do 20 grand a month. The numbers are still really, really nice. 20 grand a month, 14 clients a month. You can already work out, wow, that's like a couple of clients a week. 54 strategy calls needed per month, 3 strategy calls per day. But I'm going to earn $240,000. 3 strategy calls per day is perfect. 1 in the morning, or let's say all 3 in the morning, have the afternoon off. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 late in the evening. And I've still got time in between those times to do all my mother and fatherly duties and be a parent and be a brother and a sister, whatever you are. But I also have time to do all the marketing. Okay. Now, let's say I want to get really greedy. 50 grand a month. We've got students doing this right now. I'll show you what they're doing. Why not? Okay, this throws out the numbers a little bit, which is why we then have to go back to the agreed upon price and just raise it slightly. 600 grand per month. Okay, the numbers are still not bad. 7 strategy calls per day. If I was getting close to 7 strategy calls per day, I would think about hiring a sales team. But again, that's another headache all in itself. Trust me. Strategy sessions needed. Okay, 133. Okay, clients per month is still pretty good, 34. So I could have one every day, 2 on other days. Okay, but at 1,500, just by adjusting the price slightly up to 2 grand and playing around with this, okay, I have a bit of freedom now. 5 strategy calls per day. That's pretty good. 600 grand a year. Clients needed per month, 25. That's brilliant. 1 every other day, 50 grand per month. Can everyone see the maths of this? That's what I really want to point out. Can everyone see that looking at the maths is important? Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you've just always got to go back to this. If you are struggling business-wise, okay, now again, getting those clients and having them say yes, that's a whole nother thing. We're going to get into that today. Okay. But it all starts with the maths. The amount of people that say, I want to do 10 grand a month. And I go, what are you charging? I've seen hypnosis sessions for $12. But let's say for argument's sake, you're charging $500. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Let's put this in for 10 grand. Oops. 10 grand, client price 500, which is a little bit better than $12. That's for sure. Okay. 20 clients needed per month. That's doable. 80 strategy sessions a month. That's doable. 4 per day. That's doable. 120,000. So 500 is not too bad. The only issue is the more clients we have, we then run into our first bottleneck. The more clients we have per day, per week, and per month, the next bottleneck is I'm running out of time to service these clients correctly. So Scott, what do I do then? Do I lower my price? Do I raise it to get less clients? You can definitely play with those metrics. Or there's a secondary part to this, which I'll introduce you, which is how do we get faster therapy? And that's the goal here. That's MOS, minimum optimum service. Least amount of clients, least amount of time with clients. That's the speed of your therapy to make the most amount of money. When I'm saying most amount of money, I do not mean cut corners, because you have to get results regardless. But everything stems from this maths. Okay, and I'll give everybody access to this worksheet to play around. You can't dispute these numbers. You know, I've had people on a call that say, you know, I want to earn 10 grand a month. And I go, great, let's do the metrics. I used to actually bring this screen up and go through their prices and show them. And even when the numbers proved to them that their pricing was off and they'd never get to 10 grand a month, they'd say, no, that's not right. There's something wrong here. That's not the right maths. You can't dispute it. Numbers don't lie. Okay. So let me go back to my original